We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again. Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother. Where is you at, bro?
I'm here now.
Okay. Road tripping? What we doing?
Got a trip I'm taking real quick.
Okay.
Trip.
All right. You got this is a family trip then.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. We good. How y'all sit? How much further y'all from y'all's destination?
Oh, we got a little bit.
Okay. Well, you good then, right?
Yeah.
All right, because we got some things to talk about. All right. Let me now listen, I'm manning the boards here. So I'm all over the place. Let me do a couple of little things real quick. Listen, I'm used to you running the show here. Let me get this music going here. I got it queued up. All right, there we go. Double duty. Listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube page. Every episode is streamed from both platforms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join Charlie Venus and Ace Kennedy for all your entertainment needs. Tune in each week as they give their take on all your favorite topics. Don't be clueless. Watch the Slash Brothers podcast. Peace and God bless you.
Hey, that never gets old, man. That never gets old, bro. It never gets old. Ace Kennedy, man, it's Friday. I know you on the road. Give it to me. You know how we do. What is the best thing you've seen all week, brother?
Best thing I seen all week was getting my taxes done.
I still ain't got mine done.
Yeah, I had to get it done, man. Getting close.
Why is this such a highlight for you?
Because I always stress out about
them. I think for me, so today I took off today, right? And I went ahead and me and the missus went and got massages. And it's weird because I thoroughly enjoy massages. And what's always interesting is that we always pair up. We do couples massages, and we got like little quirks, right, to how we do massages. So the quirks are I only have females do massages. She typically only have males do massages. But I think that what's interesting is that she's always maintained that she didn't think that females get real deep in there like she really wants to, man. And what's funny to me is I've had a little girl give me like a real deep tissue massage where I thought I was like almost hurting, but it never fails. I think I enjoyed massages so much that I typically have good massages. Like it's usually most of the time. Like I've never had a bad one. This particular one though, man, Oh my gosh, I know I was up in here snoring like it wasn't nobody business though, man. Best thing all week long was by far getting that massage though, bro. I'm snoring all up in this woman's face though, man. And I knew I was snoring bad because I woke myself up probably about 3 times though, man. Matter of fact, probably even more than that though, bro. I'm talking about calling all the hogs in though, bro. All the hogs in.
No, man, I'm kind of right there with you. I typically like getting massages by females. And I went to this place that we typically go to. The owner was saying, like, yo, I know you probably like getting massages by females, but there's the guy that we have, he does like the medical massages. And of course, you know, I got a bunch of back issues, stuff like that, stuff from the military. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to him. So man, I went to get a massage by this dude, bro. It was trash.
Trash.
Well, it's just one of those things that first of all, I just couldn't get comfortable. It was just like, nah, I'm cool with that. I just couldn't get comfortable. And then it just wasn't as medical as I thought it would be. So I don't know. I couldn't call it, but at the same time, yeah, never again, bro.
So my thing, to be quite honest with you though, bro, like and not that it's any homophobic anything, I just could not get past the fact of just having another man rubbing all on my back like that, bro. Like, nah, it ain't. I don't think I'll ever, nah. And I've never even tried it before, but it definitely isn't anything that I'm just like looking forward to ever trying either though, man. But listen, I like I said, I've had the best massage I think I've ever had though, bro. I was out in San Francisco and there was this lady who was like from Germany or somewhere like that, Sweden. She was out there. She had real heavy accent. She was an older lady and she was probably like a heavier girl though, bro. And I'm talking about, bro. I could have listened. This was on my my anniversary, first year anniversary though, bro. This woman had me rethinking my whole life though, bro. I said, oh my gosh, where has this been my whole life though, bro? So yeah, dope. But yeah, got that today though, man. Took off. Went out and had breakfast today though, man. And we got First Watch out here. First Watch is like easy to go to. Like you had First Watch when we was out here. Yeah, we went to the same spot though, man. So it was fire though, bro. So I had a good time though, man. Real good time though, bro. Hey, question for you though, bro. Have you been keeping up with March Madness? Right. I know that every year it's a big thing. I think that people always talk about amongst corporate America and working in general, that generally speaking, like right around March Madness, companies typically see a drop in production because people are typically, you know, watching the brackets, people are betting money, whatever. And so I think that what's interesting is I've never been one to just fill out brackets, right? It's weird because like I'm very much I got my team and I'm rooting just for my team. So I've never filled out I take that back. I filled it out one time. But I always see people brackets are getting busted and everything like that. Have you filled out a bracket? Are you watching it like that?
I don't get into college basketball like that, to be honest, man. I couldn't tell you a single player on a college basketball team. Like, I know Deuce gets into it, but no, I've never filled out a bracket. It's just never been a thing for me.
You don't watch college basketball. So when guys get drafted, you don't know who they are until they get to the NBA.
Facts. Like, I have no, like, I just don't, you know, after Zion went, bro, that was it. And it's not even like it was like anything about him. It was just I heard so much about him even before he went to college. So, but no, I just don't follow college basketball like that. Like I might, you know, go somewhere and somebody's watching it, like the Final Four or the, you know, Sweet 16 or something like that. But it's like for me, I'm not like checking for it like that. So it don't, like when I be hearing people talk about upsets and stuff like that, I wouldn't even know.
See, I look at it a little different though, man. I do follow. Oddly enough, I think that I used to follow it really big when we were in high school, and then I dropped off, and then I started back watching it probably probably right around the time Zion, because I was one of those people where I had been watching Zion and watching even Ja Morant to that from that point. I've been watching them since they were like in freshmen in high school. And specifically Zion, just because I saw how much bigger he was. I saw the highlights, but I saw that him and Ja Morant were on the same AAU squad, so they got they different little tapes and everything like that. And I think that one of the things that's been pretty interesting though, bro, is that a lot of these kids and basketball in particular do a really good job, man, of putting together social media footage. You try to do the same thing with your kids and everything like that. But a lot of these guys, they walk on these campuses and they already have well-established brands, right? And in the day of NIL, though, man, I think that that's one of those things of having brand awareness. So when I look at like a lot of the guys that are in college now, I'm looking at some of the guys who I've been watching, you know what I'm saying, since they were in high school, years into high school. And I mainly just want to see how well they play like on that next level. So it's the same way how there are guys that I'm watching who I do want to follow them. Like it's almost like I'm invested. I'll follow them at this point from high school, then to college, to see if they're good enough to get into the NBA and then go from there. Because there's a lot of dudes who had all kind of hype from high school. There was this kid, Julian Newman, who was a little short guard, and he had all this hype in high school, even to the point where he didn't have the kinds of colleges that were checking for him when he came out because he was shorter. But his dad actually ended up creating a prep school for him to go for a fifth year, basically. And I don't know whatever happened to him, but I only bring that up because I remember people basically saying that people were trying to make the argument that he was better than LaMelo Ball, right? And you see now, where LaMelo is, but stuff like that is in the back of my mind when I watch some of these guys play, though, bro. I don't have a bracket. Oddly enough, I was watching the two big upsets of the day for yesterday when St. Peter's beat Kentucky, which I got to be honest, Kentucky always loaded, right? But I've saw them have some pretty bad losses this year, so I wasn't that surprised. I saw Richmond. I was watching Richmond beat Iowa. And Richmond, they said Richmond got the most wins ever from a 12 seed. So I wasn't surprised at all and all their starters are seniors. So it's like you got some old heads out there, technically speaking, playing against some young kids. So, and one of the cats on Iowa's team they say he could be a top 20 draft pick. So that just kind of shows you that experience in then will trump. You got to have across the board talent, though, bro. Like that across the board talent. If you got some young guys out there, though, man. Yeah. I was actually debating with somebody, like players and all time like great teams and everything like that from college. And I remember checking for like Vince Carter and Antoine Williams, I think it was. Jameson, actually. So yeah. I think that I follow college basketball pretty heavily, though, man.
Yeah. I mean, I know you kind of even dip into some high school people too. So I understand that. It's just never been a thing for me, really. Like I just never just really got into college basketball like that. Only college basketball I'm into was watching my sons play. So other than that, I couldn't care any less.
I always try to at least keep up with Texas, though, bro. I'm always wondering how Texas will look, though. So my bracket isn't busted because I didn't have a bracket, but so far I haven't been surprised. You know what? I do plan this year, though, to watch more women's basketball because I think that there are a few women's basketball players that I'm intrigued by, man. Like I'm intrigued by the girl from South Carolina. They got the girl who's probably the player of the year out there, but Baylor has some girl out there who's like 6'9", bro. And she looked like she might even be dunking out there, though, bro. And she might be the number one pick in the draft. So college basketball has some girls that can drop buckets, though, bro. And so I definitely am going to be watching that more than I probably have in the past, though, man.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
was at my father-in-law's house and he had on a girls' game or something. Because I do remember seeing like Baylor play, uh, and I seen her getting busy. So,
she
but
get down.
yeah,
Hey, so listen, since you haven't been keeping up with college, I'm gonna assume now that you've been keeping up with this NFL free agency, though, man. What's your first thoughts on it?
First off, of course, is Deshaun Watson. We kind of hinted about it in Tuesday about what we thought the landscape for him looked like, and seems that he has finally made a decision, which luckily for the Browns because they didn't burn their bridge with Baker. That uh, you know, they grateful that somebody that wants to come out there.
Hey, listen, good point. The thing I think that is interesting about his deal, right? And I guess that's what Cleveland has to do because his deal is fully guaranteed. I don't think that any player in the history of the NFL has ever had a fully guaranteed contract, right? So he has something like and this was crazy. He signed the deal with Houston already. And when he signed the deal with Houston, I think that it was like for like $39 million. Basically, in order for Cleveland to get him, they basically said, we're gonna rip up your old contract. We're gonna give you a whole new contract and have it fully guaranteed. Now, listen, NBA contracts are fully guaranteed, right? Baseball contracts fully guaranteed. Help Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid. He hasn't played baseball in like 20 years, and he's still getting paid from his contract, though, man, because a lot of his salary was deferred. Um, Hockey, I believe, also like the NFL is the only sport that doesn't have fully guaranteed contracts. So I think that this is pretty big deal, though, man. Not just for Cleveland, but I think that in terms of like Aaron Rodgers had basically redid his deal with them, and he got $150 million, and that was like the most at the time, though, man. But for Deshaun Watson to not only a week later come up and says, "Nah, I got this fully in the tuck," I think that that's pretty impressive, though, bro.
Yeah. Other things, obviously, is Von Miller.
Got the
Uh,
bag.
yeah, I couldn't believe Russell Wilson went to Denver, even though him and Sierra and the family had a dope picture. Uh, I really couldn't believe Aaron Rodgers went back. I would have thought maybe he knew something that we didn't because obviously Tom Brady coming back. I figured once I see Pittsburgh got Trubisky, and yeah, those are the big standouts for me. Like I seen something about somebody with Adams, Dante Adams.
Oh yeah, Devontae Adams. He was
Yeah,
wide receiver for the Packers. Here's what's interesting about that, right? So the interesting thing about that, right, is that Devontae Adams played college football with Derek Carr, right? The
yeah,
quarterback for the Raiders.
right.
What I think is interesting about that is that Aaron Rodgers resigns and get his bag, right? But they say reportedly that Green Bay had looked to offer him the same deal, said we'll give you the exact same deal, right? And I think that basically when it comes down to it, what I find to be interesting is that they basically implied that one, Devontae Adams didn't like how they put him on the franchise tag. Players always say that, right? I don't want to be on the franchise tag. There's no long-term guarantee. So that's one thing. But I think that what's interesting about that is that he basically implied that, listen, man, when Aaron Rodgers was negotiating his bread, he didn't have me in mind, right? It wasn't like he was saying, "Oh, okay, let me make sure that we got some money out there." They say he was like, "Nah," he was looking out for himself, though, man. So I thought that it was interesting that even though he had been offered the same exact deal, that he said, "Nah, I'm out, I'm gone." And he's a California dude. Vegas is a little closer. Like a lot of people try to get back out to LA and California to have family get closer to the game. I'm just surprised. I am shocked that he still left. But listen, man, that's a significant drop off from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr, but something that he got to be comfortable with, though, man.
Yeah. What'd you think about the Von Miller deal?
Listen, man, I think this. I think that in places like Buffalo, right? In free agency, especially, like, you know, it reminds me of when like players don't typically just come to OKC as free agents, right? Players in basketball don't go to Detroit as free agents, right? Nobody's dying to just go and sign with the Pelicans. And so usually when you go there, it's because you've been traded there, right? And then that's how they get your rights and everything like that. But in order for those teams to have guys that'll come out there, I think a lot of times you got to overpay in free agency just because you're in a small market. The history of your team isn't so illustrious and everything like that. And nobody's dying to just play in Buffalo like that, right? Because of the weather. So I thought they overpaid a good bit to get him there. But it's the money though, bro. The contract looks bigger than what it is. I only always look at the guaranteed money, but his guaranteed money though is like $45 million. Like today, like when he signed his contract, he got $45 million, and that to me is the biggest thing out of that though, bro. But listen, this one thing I wanted to ask you, man, is that what the hell is going on with your Bears, bro? Because I know they unloading everybody, right? They done unloaded Khalil Mack. They let Allen Robinson get signed to the Rams. Like the boys is just listen. I understand that you got a young quarterback, right? But you know, have you made a call to somebody in the front office to verify what is the rebuild plan for these boys, man?
No, I haven't made a call because they're not really taking any calls right now. Because see, I had a real good year with them with the last coach, but once that kind of fell through, they're like working through new stuff, so they ain't taking no calls right now.
They got new numbers,
right?
Who is y'all coach again, bro?
Who is the new coach?
Yeah,
I couldn't even tell you. I think it's the dude from Detroit.
Oh, that's always a bad sign, bro. Listen, shout out to my boy Courtney, because he's the only Detroit fan I know. But if you got any coach that came from Detroit as your head coach, it is bad news, bro. Because in essence, what is he gonna do for the Bears that he could do with Detroit, bro?
Well, I don't think he was the head coach. I think he was a different coach. But even still, like you said, like there were so many other good candidates available, and the fact that they chose him shows me what they getting ready to do.
Let me see something.
So if I'm them, it's just like, nah, we can't pay Khalil Mack no money.
Yeah.
Like for
no. Okay, he's not from Detroit. He's not from Detroit. Y'all got Matt Eberflus, and Matt Eberflus is actually from Indiana, bro. He was under Frank Reich and all of them boys on out there, though, man. So I don't know. Maybe y'all got some hopeful, but the big thing really is that I believe that this particular coach y'all have was he was an offensive minded coach. So I think that y'all might be all right though, man. But I'm looking here, and it's a dumpster fire because all of those people, all of the players who they had from when they had Khalil Mack out there, when they first got him, and they had this great defense. And they just I'm looking and they're just letting more and more and more players go. And I'm thinking like, all right, you know, I know that they figure like, all right, the team is trash. And now that Aaron Rodgers is going to be there for a little while, for at least 3 more years, right? Then I'm thinking that maybe they're projecting for 3 years out. So Justin Fields in 3 years should be significantly better. But let's say if you go ahead and start protecting them now, so you start building your offensive line, you get some stud rookie, left tackle to protect this blind side, and you start building the line almost like the Cowboys did, though, man, with their guys. And then when Aaron Rodgers retires, then they can go ahead and start to contend, though, bro. So I don't know what their plan is, but I've been watching them, though, and I had to ask you about that since you're the Chicago Bears correspondent. Now, this is your account.
Well, I mean, I get it. And like I said, I have no shame in taking the L with them because they are until we get new ownership or something, bro, it's probably inevitable that we gonna just continue to be trash because they just never can seem to make the right decision. The best decision they made was Khalil Mack and Justin Fields.
I think that a lot of it, bro, is that they haven't been able to get the quarterback down right. And they may have it with Justin Fields, but until you get that guy situated, though, man, nothing else matters.
You're right. Because if you can't get the ball, you can't outscore the opponent. It don't matter how many points you stop.
Ace Kennedy, I got a question for you, bro. Lot of new music, right? Have you? I know you don't. You don't listen to a lot of new artists, and I listen to it. I don't listen to a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm telling you about somebody, right? But have you heard anything new that caught your ear? I want to run a couple of songs by you and get your thoughts on them.
I tried to listen to Lucky Day. Wasn't really feeling the first song, so I turned it off.
Lucky Day.
Huh?
Lucky Day.
Yeah.
Who's Lucky Day?
The artist, a singer.
Oh, damn.
I tried to start listening to Jeremiah's new project. Listened to like the first song. Again, wasn't really feeling it, so turned it off. I listened to Nicki and was it Chloe? Coi Leray? Huh?
Coi Leray.
Yeah. I listened to their new song.
Okay, so that is okay. So let me stop you right there. What do you think about that particular song, bro?
I actually liked it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I liked it more than I thought I was.
See, listen, I liked it better than I liked the song that Meg Thee Stallion just released.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are on the same wavelength. Let me stop you right there. So here's a crazy part, right? So about this Coi Leray song and Nicki, I think that what's interesting about it is that okay, I got a problem. So this is the thing about I wasn't quite sure if I like Coi Leray. Like I think that it's weird because her voice is borderline annoying to me. And I think that what's crazy is that for me, once I don't like the sound of your voice, nothing else matters. Like
well, see,
nothing
else
you say.
Part. I like the song because of her voice. Like I
okay,
think
agreed. Because that's exactly where I was going. I didn't think that I was going to like it because I don't usually like her voice, but for this, it works, right? And so I was like, okay. And then when I listened to it probably about 5 times, and I say, you know what? Well, for starters, I like Nicki's part the most, right?
Yeah.
In terms of flow, but I was very impressed. I was like, yo, at first I was like, I kind of don't like it. I mean, no, I said I kind of don't hate it. And then I listened to it the more I listened to it, the more I liked it, right? And I just always listen to those kind of songs and think if I was in a lounge somewhere and this song came on, like what would be the vibe for the spot? Like how would I think people would be reacting to it? And so when I listened to it, I was like, yo, okay, I can listen to this a few more times though. The flip side to that though is that right?
It was for me. It was like I did like Nicki's part a little bit better, but not much. I think Nicki just sounded like a vet on there. Like she sounded like she knew. But I like her.
Okay, you got okay. Hey, let me stop you right there, bro, because you smooth turned into a robot and your signal went on out. Say that one more time.
I said I liked Nicki's part a little bit better, but just a little bit. I feel like that she definitely sounded like the veteran on the track, but at the same time, I did like Coi Leray's flow, her timbre, and I like how she switched up her melodies.
Yeah. What's wild about it though, bro, is that, to be honest with you, I heard the Nicki Minaj. I'm probably like, whenever it came out, the Nicki and Lil Baby song, and I don't particularly care for it. And the video of it looks dope, but I didn't particularly like it. And I think that I'd like this new song with Coi Leray more than I like the Nicki Minaj and Lil Baby song. It was just, I don't know, it was weird. But to your point, though, right? One of the things that was interesting, and I told you this before. I don't like when female rappers who are hip hop, and then some point during that second album, they start trying to sing on records and they try to go for that pop crossover kind of record. Now, get it. I get that you got to do that as a female. So I understand the business behind doing it, but usually those are the records that I just don't like the most out of all the records that artists who do that would have. And so when I heard the song with Meg Thee Stallion, I get that Meg was definitely doing the Meg Thee Stallion style and everything like that. I get it. Content and use is what she typically have. But I did like the song, bro. Like, it was weird. Like, I think the song is so pop that it mission accomplished for what she was going for, right? Because when you go that pop, it's purposely done. Everything to me is strategically put in place. But I thought that it was. It reminded me of. It reminded me of Nicki Minaj doing that Starship song, or that what's that boom 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 boom, that ain't no way, boom, she got that done. Like, it's a very popular song amongst pop culture, but it's the song I hate the most from Nicki Minaj. And this, unfortunately, is a song that I got to be honest, I think I hate it. And I don't want to hate anything that Meg does, bro. But I borderline hate this song.
I didn't hate it. It just felt like it wasn't single worthy. Like, if it was on the album, I think it would have rode better on the album, but for it to be a single, I wasn't so keen to it. But when you said about the Nicki song, she released 2 with Lil Baby, and I don't like the first one, but I like Bussin'.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Like, so this, so every time Nicki comes out with a song, we watching the clock. Because it's like, all right, you own that time. And when you put out this new music, you are on that time. Now, here's the thing I can't tell you. If I'm comparing them in the waves, if this is Megan's new song that she has as this is the one that I'm going to be pushing for a while, it's not the hottest. It's not the hottest. And so I'm thinking that now would be a good time for Nicki to say, all right, boom, I'm about to drop this one that's just going to smack all y'all over the head. Like, right now, to me, is the time to do it, because there are no other female rappers at the moment that has a song. It ain't no WAPs being put out, right? It ain't no, it ain't no I'm a Savage put out. And none of those songs are there now. It's just a bunch of pretty good songs, though, man. So if she's sitting on that one that she said, oh, this one is instantly going to the top, like, now is the time to do it. And maybe it's getting warmed up.
I will have to say, though, after listening to the Joe Budden podcast or the interview, she has a plan. So she when she released those 2 with Lil Baby, she was saying, look, I've been gone too long in order for me not to put out the stuff to show that I still got bars. So in her opinion, those are what the streets wanted right now. She wasn't worried about the nuclear bomb hit when she released.
I can see that.
So she has a rollout plan. So and the thing is that she has the clout to be able to do it that way, because obviously if she was to drop something right now, people would stop what they're doing to hear it, because of what you and I talked about, as far as they're just waiting to hear that new one. So I don't think I think if anything, I would wait till the summer to put that nuclear bomb out.
I can see that. Hey, the one thing I think that's crazy too, I just thought about that. What I don't want to hear, I just realized, the part that I was just like, I almost took my headphones off, bro, is when I heard Coi Leray talking about shooting the gun. I was just like, bruh, if you don't go somewhere. When I listened to the song, right, I saw the video, and I'm thinking, like, listen, you probably look like a gun is bigger than what you weigh. And so when I saw that, I'm like, you don't have to be the tough. No, you don't. It's okay. You don't have to be the tough chick. Now, hey, she could have in real life have went and killed 1,000 people, bruh. But I just like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to be a gangster. But oh, listen, Ace, let me tell you what I do while you're on the road. Listen, you know how you was talking about, oh, your boy Tank did this, that, and the other. Listen, Neo is back. And listen, bro, I was happy. Neo has a song with Young Blue, right? You know who Young Blue is, right? Okay, so
he's the one beefing with Tank, right?
I don't know if Young Blue's beefing with Tank, but
yeah, he is.
Are you saying
they had a whole king of R&B talk, bro?
What was the conversation about, bro?
So basically,
I didn't know that this is unplanned, by the way. For the people who watch us regularly, this is unplanned. So tell me about this.
So basically, one of Young Blue's fans was in his comments talking about he was the king of R&B. And so Tank, I don't know if he put the emoji eyes or if he just like said something like, y'all need to know your history or something like that. And so Young Blue kind of clapped back like, look, bro, this is what I be talking about, you old N-words that y'all basically be popping off and y'all had y'all time. Like I've sold this amount of records in this short amount of time, and you just now got to that point at your age, whoopty whoopty whoop. And, you know, basically the whole conversation was like, look, all Tank was trying to say was that, look, you got to put in time and stuff like that to be considered the king of something. And like, you know, but Young Blue took it as he was hating on him or whatever. So it just kind of, you know, had a little back and forth. But ultimately, you know, Tank was like, look, bro, because I think the other thing, too, is that Tank reached out to him to do a record and he never responded. And so he used that in there, too. Like, you probably still mad because I didn't want to do that whack record you sent, whoopty whoop. And like, I'm a real writer and stuff like that, not knowing, I guess, that Tank be penning for everybody. But
nah, he doesn't know that. Everybody knows that about Tank. Everybody knows that that's his thing.
Well, he apparently did, because that was part of his sting. Like, I be out here writing and you know, like, and so point is that, you know, Tank was like, look, I have no beef with nobody. I was commenting just to let everybody know, like, look, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's some time and stuff that needs to be put in to be considering people as a king. And so, you know, Young Blue just took it as disrespect that you, like, I'm not even the one that said I was the king of R&B. One of my fans did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, this is the thing that here's one thing that I love about this, about this song. And this is the thing I thought about when I listened to it. So this is probably like, so, you know, when it comes to new artists, it's hard for me to just gravitate to new people. And maybe I'm getting old. I'm a don't step on my grass kind of old man. I don't know. But when I listen to new people, I look for like things that it's weird. I look for qualities that remind me of artists that I like, or kinds of music that I like, in terms of someone being unique, in terms of a sound that they have, a style that they have, and everything like that. But usually for somebody who's new, like, I gotta listen to you, right? I'll listen to you the first time. I'm like, okay, that's a cool song. It's a real cool song. And then when I listen to you a second time, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And by the third time I hear something from you, if I don't think it's whack and I think that it's just another cool song, then that means I like you, because I don't think you're whack, right? And it tells me that you make music that is listenable back to back to back. So fast forward, I hear Young Blue. Now, mind you, I'm listening to this, and I've been waiting for a Neo song, because he got the real dope song with Jeremiah. And I always, it's on my R&B playlist. I'll play this, vibing to it all the time. So then I hear this song with him and Young Blue, and it sounds very much like traditional Neo, except that you can tell on the first half of the song. First half of the song sounds very Neo. The beat switches completely, and then it becomes more of a trap beat. It's a trap song, but barely sounds R&B. I'm talking about just a hint of R&B. And so then Neo is on that, getting it. Young Blue is on there, getting it. And I was like, oh, I absolutely love it, though, man. Admittedly biased because it's Neo, and I'm a super fan when it comes to Neo. But I think that, bro, it's a dope song. And I think the crazy part about it is I felt like the song with Neo and Jeremiah was like, I said, yo, this is like it gives me number one feel kind of songs. And I don't think that it did that well. And for some reason, I got a feeling that this one will do the same. But I love the song, though. As a Neo fan, it was a great Neo. It was refreshing to hear this kind of song from Neo, though, bro. So while you on the road, you need to play the Neo and Young Blue so you can hear it, though, bro.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
That's pretty dope. Pretty dope, though, man.
You know, it's crazy because before we went live, I was actually bumping that Lil Dicky.
I still have never listened to Lil Dicky, bro.
I know it.
I don't know what it is. I don't just get the urge to say, ooh, let me put on some Lil Dicky.
Bro, I think his song with Chris Brown is brilliant, bro.
Oh, yeah. No, that's that. So oddly enough, that's the only song by him that I know. And it is a brilliant song. Everything about it. I think that the song was written to be a visual. And I think that
That's how all his songs are.
Yeah, well, listen. Maybe. I'm not saying did I say he was whack or did I just say I didn't like him?
You said both. You said he was whack and you didn't like him. You said he's just another white dude that fast flows. That's what you said.
Yeah, I did say that. And I do now that you're saying it, it just makes me think that, yeah, he does.
And it was crazy.
That's exactly how I would describe him.
If you like watching Atlanta, I could not believe you didn't like watching Dave.
No, which Atlanta comes back on, I think, next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was telling the missus, bro, that I think that it's amazing, speaking of Atlanta, how different all of the people are and things that they've done since the last season of Atlanta, right?
Yeah, because Paperboy got yet another movie coming out with Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Bullet Train.
And not just that, though, bro. Like, I'm talking about the projects that they've done and how different they from their Atlanta. Because Paperboy is my first time ever seeing him. Maybe he's done other movies, but here's the thing I think that I appreciated by him is that while he's Paperboy, right? And I might just call him I still don't know his real name, by the way, but he's not Paperboy in all the other movies that I've seen him in.
Not at all, because he isn't. Even on Bullet Train, he has a British accent.
Damn, is he British in real life?
That's what I was just about to say. I'm confused because he had a British accent on Bullet Train. He played the gay superhero on Eternals.
Right.
It's his range is out of control. So
he played the scientist on Godzilla.
Yeah, well, I never seen that, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. On Godzilla Kong, he plays a scientist on there, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, he
so that's what I'm saying. His range. It just shows you that Donald Glover hangs out with some creatives.
Yeah. I still laugh. It's funny you said Donald Glover because I always think back to a conversation that people had about him when with him he's married or he's with an Asian chick, right? And I always still trip out when people say, like, can you be pro-black as a black man and not be married to a black woman? Like, you pro-black, but you don't have a black woman on your arm. Like, does that put an asterisk by your blackness? Does that make you not as black? And which, by the way, it's interesting because all of the men from Insecure are not with black women. Did you know that, bro?
No, because it really don't matter to me.
Well, not that it matters, but doesn't it? But think about this. Think about how oxymoronic, if that's the right term, that Insecure is a show that's all about black love. And in reality, none of the black men that are on the show are actually with black women.
But what does that matter? Because they're acting.
I get that though, right? I get that, but I guess my thing is that while they're actors, I think that Issa Rae is really about that, right? And I think that the origins of the show are truly authentic. So I understand that they're acting this part, they're acting like it though, right? But I also have to be honest with you though, bro. Like it does mean something to me about authenticity when something like that really does apply. Like not that I'm sure I'm not trying to say that they don't know about being black because they ain't.
Bro,
it disqualifies them.
They not having to live their bars. They're hired actors.
It's something about it.
No,
it's something
not,
about living the raps though. It is something about living your raps.
Right, living their raps, but they're actors. They're hired people to act in a spot. So Issa wanted to have black cast, black writers, black directors, and stuff like that. I don't think qualifications were make sure you married to a black person. That wasn't part of the qualifications.
I don't think so either, though, bro. But I think that it is just kind of interesting, though, bro, that you can have a story about black love and have somebody who's not living that. That's all I'm saying. Like maybe it's and maybe I am. Maybe as I said, maybe I am reaching. But how is it though, right? How is it that it's a show about black love and none of the men are married to black or are with black women? All of them, every single one of them
to be on the show.
No, and I'm sure it wasn't. I'm not sure. I'm positive that it. But the coincidence behind that though, bro, I think that's just something though, bro. Like it put this but in all reality, in real life, right? Like I'm not gonna disqualify Mop. Right, PBR, because it's like, all right, bro, listen, man, you ain't living this real black life over here because you ain't got you a black wife. You know what I'm saying? I got mad love for him and his family, though, bro. That's my brother. But I understand that part of it. But I'm just saying, though, it's just, I didn't know that, and not that it would make me like the show any less. But I think that it is something to me, though. I'm not gonna say it's nothing. It's something, but whether it's a little something. That's one thing though, man. So it's something to me though.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like my thing is I want people to be with the people that they love, period. And I mean that's just I understand that there are certain people that feel like that. Like they just feel so wronged by other races that they just feel like you should just be with your own, or even some even people's parents don't necessarily want them to date outside their race and stuff like that. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, be with who you
love, man.
Yeah, period.
Yeah, I think that I look at that and I definitely I am all about you being happy with who, not just saying that you gotta date only black women. I'm gonna be honest with you though, for me personally, it's the only thing for me, right? It's the only, and to be quite honest with you though, bro, if I'm being completely honest, I would hope that my son, right? I would hope that Landon will say, nah, I'd only marry a black woman, right? I would hope that Landon would see enough beauty in his mom and see enough of what I see in black women to where he would be inspired to feel like, nah, I am making a cognizant decision to say, yeah, I could be happy with somebody else, but I'm choosing to be happy with this. I think that you can, but I don't know. But that's part of where I think that when it comes to the insecure thing, though, bro, it's like the depiction of that. Like I think that it means something to me, right? That if those men who are depicting
the everyday black guys are playing these parts.
Yeah, the actors. If the actors to me were actually with black women, like it implies in the show, that would mean something more to me personally.
So you don't think that makes them even better actors to be able to portray that?
It's not even
without-
I think it makes them superb actors, right? I think it makes them superb actors, right? But I think that it's, to me, in that, see, this is my thing. If the show was about something other than Black love and highlighting and celebrating Black love, then I would feel differently, right? If it was about diversity, if it was about if the theme of the show didn't matter, if it wasn't based off of that, I guess I wouldn't feel that way about it. That's what it is. I personally do enjoy watching shows and watching movies where race doesn't necessarily matter as much. It's not a theme. So when you see a Black woman and a white guy, a Black guy and a white woman, and all these other races, that's fine. I think that I enjoy that level of diversity in movies. But I think that when you specifically do something and you say that my theme of this one is Black love, I guess, to me, I would also appreciate that next level of authenticity, though, bro, where you live in your bars, though.
You rappers, boy.
I don't know. I would, like I said, and not that I would support the show any less, right? Because I still enjoy it, despite. But I found this out. Actually, I found this out on TikTok, oddly enough, right? TikTok has all the good stuff, though, bro. But I found this out on TikTok. Somebody went through and did basically a slide. They was like, what, they had this thing when you find out that Insecure, a show about Black love, has a Black men who don't live that life. And I'm talking about every single one of them, Ace. Every single one of them are not married to Black women. Not my personal business, right? But at the same time, it's like, all right, I guess get in where you fit in. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That I don't know. That means something to me, though.
Like, now, I think I would feel how you felt if it was supposed to be about Black love, about Black this, Black that, but then there was a bunch of white writers and camera crew and stuff like that.
Same thing, right? You can have the same argument, right? Because then it's like, well, they're depicting this, right? So. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, if she's doing a show that's celebrating Blackness, right? And all of the writers were white, right? Then you'd be like, well, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this how you think we are, right?
Well, it's just like the Cleveland show, right? The Cleveland show, more than half of the cast was white.
Yeah. Right, because then it's like, okay, is this how? Because part of that makes me feel like, is this how we look to you, right?
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I do think that they're acting, right? They're acting like someone. This is the thing about it. They are Black men who were acting like a Black man who has a white significant. I mean, they're Black men acting like a Black man who has a Black significant other. Right. And they may do a damn good job of doing it, though, man. But to me, for that moment, like, it would mean something more to me, right? That, if you had Denzel, you know what I'm saying? And you're doing it, you have that as a theme. So Denzel's married to a Black woman, right? Samuel Jackson married to a Black woman. That for that specific thing, it matters to me, though, bro.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't bother me, because, like you said, you just found that out through TikTok, so you would have never known, and so I don't see how that would then change your opinion about it.
It doesn't change my opinion about the show as what I watched, because I still enjoyed it. I still would watch it. I still would support. Like, I still would support the Blackness of it, right? I typically, like, here's a perfect example of that, bro. So, like, I watched the Grand Crew, right? I don't know if you ever watched this, but Chris put me on to watching Grand Crew. He said, I don't know if it's just me or what, but yeah, the Grand Crew is dope. So I'm watching Grand Crew, and I think it's incredible. And I think that it's funny because they have it's a all black cast, and I feel like they're telling a story from a black homies, black this, that, and the other perspective, and everything like that. So I think it's cool, but you would never know necessarily if in these people real life, if they're not married to black women, but only one of the people on there is the married black guy though, man. And so I don't know, man. Like it's just not that it would change how I look at the story, but you know, it would mean more. I would say, yeah, I would feel more invested. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get that. But no, Grand Crew is next on our list. I was just telling Sarah about it the other day.
Listen, I would be curious to know, right? I would be one of these. Okay, so we've been talking about it, and doing a podcast panel on one of these shows where we have women that join. I would love to know from women, does that matter? You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Like I would love to know from a female's perspective, how do they view that? Does it make them think any less of the actors, the show, whatever their perspective is? I would love to know, how much does that matter? Maybe I'm tripping, but if another female if a female says the exact same thing that you said, I would admit that I am like super Space Jam reaching, bro.
Sarah said, check your phone.
I'm looking right now. So, check your phone. Hey, man, listen. So just as soon as you say check my phone, as soon as I say check my phone, I look at my phone, right? And then my Wi-Fi go down. They got my phone tapped. I guess somebody said y'all getting too touchy on that topic on over there though, bro. But listen, shout out to Sarah because she let me know I'm not just tripping on this one, bro. So listen, bro. I don't know. Interesting. Hey, listen. I want to ask you, since you already are on your way out, we always recap on plans for the weekend. What you got going on this weekend, bro?
If I'm doing things this weekend, is to be pretty. So, and man, that's.
Hey, bro, you didn't turn into a robot again. Listen, you didn't turn into a robot again. Say that one more time.
I just basically said, well, I'm just kicking it with fans.
So you know, this weekend though, man, I think that I'm gonna be probably doing some of the same thing though, bro. I am still planning. I've been telling you that I got to send you a couple of tracks. I'm gonna try to play around with some of those this weekend, but I definitely will be sending you that today. I think that I'm chilling here this week though, man. I think I've been low key. It's been raining off and on here, and I think it's supposed to rain here off and on for the next few days. So while I'm gonna be kind of shut in due to the rain, I think I'm gonna try to enjoy it though, man, and chill on out though, man. So nothing too crazy though, bro. Yeah. Well, listen, man. Dope conversation here, bro. Since you over here getting stuck, you frozen all over the place, and they got you sounding like a robot, though, man. Let me try to cue this music up real quick. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. We back. Listen, it's crazy trying to man.
Like, yeah, so I'm thinking.
Peace out, y'all.